Hi everybody! Today we're going to be practicing inferential annotations. At this point you should take out your annotation bookmark. In the last lesson you chose the complex or the simplified version, and that bookmark will help you figure out what to annotate. So when we're talking about inferential annotations, what we're looking at is what is inferred. Inference is a comprehension skill, and what it means is reaching conclusions based on evidence and reasoning. So that's when you're going to use your background knowledge and clues from the text to reach a conclusion and make a reasonable guess. In inferential annotations, you're going beyond what is written on the page. So you're combining your observations of what is in there and you're drawing conclusions based on the evidence that you have. So some of the things that you might think about is, what can I infer about the characters or the situation? What is the author implying through the text? And how do the details connect to the bigger pictures? So we're thinking about how characters might be feeling. We're thinking about what might motivate them. Are there clues that suggest a deeper meaning? What might the author want me to notice or think about there? And how does this event how does this text relate to an overall theme or message? And we'll talk about theme a little bit more next time. Are there symbols or metaphors, and what might they represent? So if we look back at that image that we looked at in lesson 1.3, this image we used our inferencing skills to try to figure out what is going on here. And read beyond what is on the page. So we can see our observation. We can see that the child is crying. We can see that she has a uniform on. We can see that she has a backpack. We can see that the adult in this picture is unsure, kind of surprised. And I am kind of making the assumption that he is mid-action here. He's kind of, she's surprised him by hugging him and he's about to hug her back. So inferencing, we're drawing out conclusions based on what we know or based on educated guesses. We could guess that this is her dad and that she is hugging her dad either because she doesn't want to go to school, she feels nervous to go to school, or after a school day, she's had a rough day and she's hugging her dad. We could also infer that this is her teacher. Sometimes little kids hug their teachers. So maybe something happened at school, or maybe she's arrived at school feeling upset and is hugging her teacher who is about to comfort her. We are going to give this a try. I'm going to give this a try and show you how this works. Again with the poem, The Little Plant, and then you're going to have a chance to do this with your own poem. Okay, so I've got my copy of my poem, The Little Plant, here, and you can see my annotations from last time, my literal annotations. I've labeled those with an L to show that they're literal annotations. And again, doing this just helps me get familiar with these different levels of thinking as I'm kind of learning it, okay? So last time we read this poem, let's read it again. It says, "In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a tiny plant lay fast asleep. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be." So we could take this at face value, but we could also suggest that this could be a metaphor, an extended metaphor. This whole poem is talking about something not literal. And to me, so I'm going to use my inferencing skills to try to figure out what this extended metaphor might be. When we talk about seeds and we talk about plants, we imagine something really small growing into something bigger. So when I'm thinking about this extended metaphor, I think this extended metaphor could be about growth, right? So I'm going to write that here with as an inference. This could be about growth as humans. So if we think about that, if this is representing us, people, as they grow and become better human beings, let's keep going. What would the sunshine be in this if we're making an inference? What could the sunshine represent? So these are things that are encouraging growth, right? This could be representing a adult or a friend or a parent. This could be representing, I'm going to write those things here, right? So if somebody is growing, it could be a parent, could be a teacher, could be a friend, representing something that's encouraging this human, this person, to wake and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. And then this raindrops piece is talking about water, right? Talking about rain, once again, something that encourages a plant to grow. So this could be representing, and when we're thinking about the metaphor, could represent learning. It could represent new ideas. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be. So in the end of this poem, this person has experienced growth. Okay. All right, so I'm going to label these as I, these annotations that I just did, I'm labeling them as inferential, and now you're going to give it a try. All right, so I used my background knowledge to try to make some inferences about the little plant, and you're going to do the same thing for the rose that grew from concrete. But before we do that, I thought it would be a good idea to learn a little bit more about who was Tupac Shakur, because you might not have the background knowledge. So if that is ever the case, gaining that background knowledge will help you get a better understanding of the text. So here you go. Let's take a look at this video about Tupac Shakur.
Did you know that Tupac Shakur was not only an incredible rapper, but also had some fascinating facts? Get ready to dive into the world of Tupac and discover some surprising things about this legendary artist. Tupac was born Lisan Parish Crooks on June 16, 1971 in Harlem, New York. His mom raised him and his sister on her own. They faced many challenges and often had to move homes, sometimes even staying in shelters. Later, they moved to Baltimore, where he attended a special school for the arts. His mother later changed his name to Tupac Amaru after a Peruvian revolutionary. His dad, Billy Garland, was also a Black Panther, but they didn't see each other much. Tupac's family moved to California to escape the crime in their neighborhood. Tupac loved hip-hop and focused on his music to stay away from trouble. At the age of 17, Tupac met Layla Steinberg, who became his manager. She believed in him and helped him start his music career. Tupac worked hard and got noticed by a music manager who helped him get a record deal. He released his debut album in 1991 and became a solo artist. Tupac faced some legal troubles, but he always stood up for himself. He went to jail for a short time, but continued to pursue his music career. Tupac's life wasn't always easy, and he expressed his emotions through his music. He believed in talking about the hard things in life. Tupac had a rivalry with another rapper named Biggie Smalls. The tension between them escalated, and sadly, Tupac was murdered on September 13th, 1996. It was a tragic loss for the music industry, but even though he is gone, Tupac's legacy continues to inspire people around the world. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey of fun facts about Tupac Shakur. But guess what? The fun doesn't stop here. Stick around for another exciting video where we explore fun facts about none other than Snoop Dogg on Fresburg Cartoon. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.
All right, so there we go. A little bit of background knowledge on Tupac Shakur. So hopefully that having a better understanding of who he was and what he experienced will help you do some inferential annotations. So what I'd like you to do now is go back into the text of the poem, The Rose That Grew from Concrete, and I want you to apply what you've learned about Tupac to make inferences about the text. You can make inferences about other things too, and use that annotation bookmark to help you do this. Have fun.